Well, I think one of the things that was evident last year was we had some confidence going into last year that we would be a lot better. 2 years ago was not typical for us. I wouldn't think any program would want that to be typical. We were winless. We knew we were going to be young that year. We have been, in my mind, we've been a decent program. We've not yet reached the heights that I'd like to see us get to, and I'm sure a lot of other people. So last year was kind of one of those real satisfying years overall, where we were able to erase the memories of 2 years ago and maybe hopefully take a step in the right direction. Well, I think first off, I need to start with our lines because most of those kids are back, and honestly, they're just the hardest working kids on our team. They're enthusiastic. They love to lift. They love to come to the workouts. They have the right personality, chemistry, and one of our guys that leads that line is a 4-year player, Cody Miller, who played a lot for us as a freshman. We moved 3 freshmen up 3 seasons ago, and he's one of them. Jimmy Bench is another that we're going to move to tight end that's been on that offensive and defensive line. And there's guys like Lucas Monco, Billy Grzanek, Sean Steffi. Those are other seniors that they've paid their dues. They're going to be seniors and 3-year starters. We hope that line on both sides of the ball will anchor what we want to do in a lot of ways. We do have some skilled people back. We lost a couple of nice receivers that we threw the ball to quite a bit, but we have some fine running backs returning. Mike Newhouse is another. He's the third 4-year guy in addition to Benson and Miller. And we're looking for big things from Mike. He's a fullback and a linebacker. And maybe a player to watch that might be up and coming this year is a junior, Ian Lee, who will see some time in the backfield. He got some spot carries for us last year, and we're expecting him to fill the void at tailback on offense. Yes, and I agree with that statement. I think it will be very competitive, as it has been most years. There's times when observers will say, well, it's a down year. I don't know about that through our conference. I think that the coaching is of such high quality. I think that we have many schools that really get their kids ready to play every year, the off-season preparation and then the things they do from week to week. But there's some of the old standbys that are going to be there. I'll just mention Penn's Manor is one. With Ferentz graduating, people think they're going to fall off the face of the earth, and that's absolutely not even close. They have a lot of core returning. They have some strong kids. They have a lot of linemen back. Ligonier reloads. Blairsville has a lot of quality kids back on both sides of the ball. Northern Cambria, Marion Center always seem to have the numbers. And, you got a new guy at United who's rejuvenating that program as Timmy did at Salzburg. And the guy at Purchase Line is doing the same thing. I probably mentioned everybody, but I respect everybody. I really do. And it's that kind of conference. You have to be ready every week or anything can happen. I don't know. I think every team will have some kids that will emerge. To me, he was a one-time-in-a-generation player. He really he started that early, and he continued that. The credit to him is, and the coaching staff that worked and developed him, was that he never had a fall off. He never had a drop off. He just continued to get better. He was never satisfied. I have a lot of respect for him as a player and as a kid, the way he handled himself and what he did for that program. You know me, they're all tough. I'll point to the rivalry game though with Blairsville, not because of what both teams may or may not have, people-wise, but just because we're so close to each other, the proximity. It's always a battle. They've had our number the last 2 years. So I know that'll be one when it gets here. When that week gets here, we won't have any problem getting our kids' attention. I think we have to. Really shore up our skill positions, and I'm talking backfield with tight ends and receivers. We have some question marks there. We have some kids with ability, but they have to find their way in there and replace kids like Jared Neely and Levi McCracken, who were very important in our passing game last year. And I would say the other thing that would concern me would be depth. Our younger 2 grades, sophomores and freshmen, we may not have a lot of kids. Those kids generally provide the depth. You're 2 and 3 deep at positions, and we're going to have to really develop that. Something that's going to be a very high priority, starting with the heat acclimatization next week. Chemistry, yeah. We have, like I said, and it starts with our seniors. They're focused. They love the game. Some of them have been telling me that they've been talking about this for months, since the winter months when they get together and hang out. This is just, they can't wait. I think that breeds good chemistry and that funnels down to the younger kids.